to Senator Blunt to explain the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Bill 4164 is very important. Line 60. The only change from all one of the two school districts, Jackson Public School District, experiencing decline in students as a result of that. And they're trying to repurpose it. Bill will allow them purposes which the ability to be used if they're no longer school. There are some measures. That actually
Where my father went to elementary school, but there's concern on behalf of the district that residential development is not allowed under current law or repurposing of former school buildings, and this bill would allow that to happen. I'll be happy to answer any questions about the bill.
Any questions?
Senator George.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, Brian, the students is not added to students, but you don't have proclamations.
The district has been forced to close schools because they don't have as many students as they used to. And that obviously is a local board decision. It's not something that we do, but this gives the board more flexibility to explore development opportunities for buildings that are no longer being used as schools. That's yes, sir. The board has decided to close some of the school buildings that were formerly schools. Right, and it's not 16th section. That's correct. If there are no other questions, Mr. Chairman, I would move title sufficient to pass on Senate Bill 2164.
Ready to vote, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Yeah. We have Senate Bill 2334. Basically, it's a identical bill to what we passed out of the Senate last year. And what this does, it reduces the state superintendent salary from $300,000 to $250,000. It also reduces the community board director salary to $250,000. Currently, I've reached out to each of the state superintendent, their salary has been set. Board, their director want to make 175. So we'll give it a batch and heard what we did. But this level, that you want that. That's an explanation of the bill. If you may have any questions. Senator Hill. That was just something we looked at the process of each average, somewhere more, something less. It's average. What we do. Thank you, sir. Senator Wing.
Have an amendment at the proper time.
Okay, what's your amendment?
It's not related to that line 54. The school boards are appointed members, and it lists out 5 congressional districts, which, as we all know, we don't have 5 congressional districts. We know what the Supreme Court ruled, and so my amendment would be that the 2 members, that the language be adjusted, that the 2 members appointed from what it says the 5th congressional district be 2 members at large. So the numbers stay the same, but you're getting rid of the 5th congressional district since we don't have 5 congressional districts. So
Senator Wiggins. Thank you, Senator Hopkins.
Chairman, I'll try to speak up. While I agree that maybe this can change. Obviously, this could
So, yeah.
That and, I hear what you're saying, so I don't have a problem with that either. If we, I,
Subject motion.
amendment, but
Can't hear, here, can't hear. What's the secretary?
Brian, can you repeat that?
Senator Wiggins has an amendment to say the appointees will be from 4 congressional districts instead of 5, with 2 at large. My amendment is to say, provided however, nobody has to resign. The current members can serve out their terms. And so effectively, what happens is as the new appointments come up, whoever's appointing has to make appointments so as not to violate the statute. He's got 2 at-large ones to deal with, so that can be done and work it all out. We don't want to inadvertently throw anybody off the board.
correct.
So in response to what I
Thank you.
understood Senator Hobson to be saying, I just said, provided however, nobody has to leave in the middle of the term.
Yes, I'm fine with that, and that covers the intent.
Senator Johnson, do you have a question?
Just in case we at some point in the future have a different number of congressional districts, is there a way that we could word it to be split between districts without naming each district?
Or you could say at least 2 from each congressional district and be done with it.
I think we'll, if we pass this amendment, we substitute. Universities and colleges anyways, so. Yeah, sure, it comes back to us. That's what we'd like to do something else.
So and sure what would be the best route. I just think that we see that it's an issue now from the past. We can prevent a future problem if there's a change. And
Well, it's funny versus colleges, with or without the reverse appeal, we'll still look into it. Before it comes up on the floor, that part, we'll look into it, see kind of the best resolution. Questions? Are you ready to vote on the amendment? You know what the amendment is? Sam, you want to repeat that?
Sure, the amendment essentially worded, we're changing 2 members.
For the amendments, does anybody have any questions? Senator Wiggins, the amendment. Are you ready to the amendment? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes. Councilor should do pass committee settlements. Any further discussion or questions on the committee settlement? Ready to vote? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That bill passes and is reported to the University College. Up next, we have Senate Bill 2360, and I'll ask Senator Johnson to explain this bill.
thank you, Mr. Chairman. It was brought to my attention that there is one school in the state of Mississippi that has an even number of voting board members. And this bill would look to correct that and make it an odd number of 5 voting members. What they would do is, this is dealing with agricultural high school. Currently, it's in Forest County, but Forest County Superintendent of Education serves as an at-large member and as secretary of the board, but is also voting. This would allow him to stay on the board, but not be a voting member. And it would even the board or make an odd number for the board so that they could avoid a split 3-3 vote. That's an explanation of the.
Senator Jordan.
Yes. Yes, thank you, Chairman. But Senator, what sad is that this president has a target
No, sir. Currently, he can cause a tie.
He can call it.
Yes, sir.
So five.
That's correct. Yes, one from each supervisor district, and then he would still serve on the board, but not have a vote on the board.
Be there in our thirds.
Well, yes, sir, and I think he can add valuable input as he's the county superintendent. So the students that would go to the high school for 9 through 12 would go to a school that he is superintendent of for K through 8, and they share buses. It's good for him to be on the board, but not as a voting member. Five voting members. Yes, sir. That's the thing. This is the only school district in the state with an even number of votes.
Senator Johnson, this is the bill that's been requested by your people back home.
That's correct. By quite a few of them, both school board members for Forest County, school board members for the agricultural high school, and people in the community.
Sounds like they can't break a tie.
They've had a few issues with that.
And South America doesn't say a way.
Yeah.
They're all good people.
For the explanation, any questions for Senator Johnson?
How sufficient to pass?
You've heard the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Next up, Senate Bill 2364. Now, that's the code sections for the MAP formula. Same thing we did last year. There are minor tweaks that potentially could be made. Working with the House Chairman, Richard Bennett, try to see if we can come to an agreement on anything. It's kind of what we did last year, just asking you to pass it. Can't agree on anything. Then we'll need someone to, we don't have a reverse appeal in it. Someone making a motion for reverse appeal. Anybody have any questions on this bill? Anybody have a motion at this point? Thought it's meant to do pass as amended. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Last bill is Senate Bill 2749. It's a committee sub. Make sure you look at the proposed sub. This is a combination of two bills that we passed last year. One was the pay raise for the school board members, broken down by the population of students. And also combines other bill that we passed on the Senate last year, and that was to allow teachers to keep their sick leave and transfer as long as they say to the state of Mississippi. I'll go ahead. Basically, if you look at it increases their per diem from $67 per meeting throughout the 36 meetings, which is roughly $4,000. Between 5 and 10, take 10,000. Like that salary. Is the language which allows the teacher, a licensed employee to transfer another public school. Bill, does anybody have any questions? Senator Boyd. They were opposed, they would have said something by now. But the school board members I've talked to back on my district. Your motion. It should be passed. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes. Your rising report. And there you go.
Why are we limited to only 5 days to be able to be transferred?
We have a collaborating center house.
Vice report.
It's worth what you get.
Thank you.
Start doing it.
Yes.